Hello and welcome to another episode of Codo Cinema, the podcast show where I talk about movies. I'm your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Codo, aka Codo Man. Well, since we are towards the end of the semester, might as well end the semester with a video game movie adaptation. What? A video game movie adaptation? Mark Codo Man, don't you know that there are video game adaptations for films that come off as bad or average and not the best? Sure, yeah, I'm well aware about that. In fact, I guess that there have been video game movies where they do get a bad reputation for being one of the worst films of all time. Now, not every bad video game film is all bad. I mean, it does have its fair share of moments. In fact, there are some video game movie adaptations that are actually pretty good. I mean, for starters, the first Resident Evil movie actually turned out to be pretty good. And then later on, you got films like the recent Tomb Raider movie with Elisa Van Kander that came out in 2018 that was pretty good, including the Rampage movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So it's not bad, but I feel like the problem with most video game movies is the story. So in case you guys are wondering, and I'm going back on topic, what video game movie am I talking about today? Well, how about the video game film that came out in theaters and HBO Max, the Mortal Kombat movie reboot? Or should I say, Mortal Kombat! That is right, folks. Mortal Kombat is a 2021 American martial arts fantasy film. And this is based on the video game franchise of the same name, and this is actually a reboot of the Mortal Kombat film series that started out back in 1995 with the original Mortal Kombat. Now the people who made the Mortal Kombat video game is basically being created by Ed Boon and John Tobias. Ed Boon and John Tobias are the creators of the original Mortal Kombat video game. And there you have it. Yeah, that's basically the game. The game is very well known for not only the martial arts fight and choreography, but also the blood, gore, and violence that goes along with it. Ooh, that is rough right there. Because that is something that can be tough to be put up on screen. Now in this new Mortal Kombat film, it's basically, this one's a reboot, and this time it did try to aim to the fans, because here's one thing about that film. Because the film actually got an R-rated for the blood, gore, and violence. Because in the 1995 original Mortal Kombat film, that film was PG-13. The original 1995 Mortal Kombat film was PG-13. And while it did nail the look, style, and faithfulness to the video games, the blood, gore, and violence were taken out of proportion of the film. So it looks like the 2021 reboot did exactly that. And don't get me started on Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Don't get me started on that. And hey, look, it's cheesy, but I don't want to get into that. So anyway, the film reboot of Mortal Kombat stars Louis Tan, Jessica McName, Josh Lawson, Tadanobu Asano, Mikad Brooks, Ludi Lin, Chin Han, Joe Taslim, and Hiroyuki Sanada, and is directed by Simon McQuaid in his directorial debut with Todd Gardner and James Wan producing the film, with a screenplay by Greg Russo and Dave Callahan. That's basically a little bit of details for the film. So basically, the film reboot was started out as an idea in late 2010 with Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema, with whose parent company acquired the franchise from Midway Games back in 2009. So basically, the film was in development for a while, and thankfully, in 2016, the film was back on track with James Wan as producer. Well, actually, that was announced in 2015. The director The director, Simon McQuoid, was announced as director back in November 2016. Now, I wasn't really sure how this film was going to work out because as I mentioned, video game movies do have somewhat of a reputation to be pretty bad. But not all video game movies are bad. I mean, just recently, Sonic the Hedgehog came out last year, and that actually became a huge success with critics and audiences. I mean, hey, that's actually pretty good. Even Detective Pikachu got some pretty good reviews back in 2019 because it was able to nail the faithfulness to the source material. Plus, the story was also pretty good, even if it is predictable. So, how about the Mortal Kombat movie reboot? Well, let me take a look at it. So get over here and sit down. Come here, as I'm about to review the Mortal Kombat movie reboot. So, welcome to the Mortal Kombat movie review of the Mortal Kombat 2021 reboot. So, here we go. And by the way, spoiler alert. So basically, the film opens up in 17th century Japan. Lin Kuei assassins, led by Bi Han, played by Joe Taslim, attacks and kills members of the rival Shirai Ryu ninja clan, as well as Hanzo Hasashi's wife and son. Hanzo, played by Haruyuki Sanada, kills the attackers before being killed by Bi Han and taken to the Nether Realm. Raiden, God of Thunder, played by Tadanobu Asano, who you may remember him from the Thor films. Yes, he was in Thor as one of the Warriors 3. He arrives and takes Hanzo's surviving infant daughter to safety. So yes, in case you guys are wondering, the film does open up in 17th century Japan, and I will admit the fight sequence of the attack is actually pretty good, but it starts to get pretty gory. That's right, folks. There's gore and blood. Oof. Oh, man. Yes, we do see blood and gore. We do see that in this film. No joke. And they got the R rated down pretty well. So in the present, the realm of the Outworld has defeated Earthrealm in 9 of 10 deathmatch tournaments called Mortal Kombat, or should I say, Mortal Kombat! Intending to conquer it. However, an ancient prophecy is uncovered, stating that the blood of Hanzo Hasashi will unite a new generation of Earthrealm's champions to prevent Outworld's victory. Aware of this, there is the soul-eating sorcerer Shang Tsung, played by Chin Han, who assembles warriors to kill the Earthrealm's champions, identified by a distinctive dragon mark before the next tournament begins. So basically, in the present, we get to see Cole Young, played by Louis Tan, who is an MMA fighter and former champion, and his family are attacked by Bi Han, who is now known as Sub-Zero. Ooh. Talk about a cold entrance right there. However, we got the Special Forces Major Jax Briggs, played by Makad Brooks, rescues the Youngs, directing them to safety and to find his partner Sonya Blade, who is being played by Jessica McName, while he stays behind to fight off Sub-Zero, who freezes and shatters his arms. Sub-Zero wins. I feel like it's more of a brutality than a fatality because, spoiler alert, Jax does live. And yes, he does get his metal arms too. Honestly, from what I saw in this film, it looks really, really good. I mean, I feel like they nailed the violence and gore, but also probably the look and feel of a modern Mortal Kombat film. I mean, even the fight sequence between Jax and Sub-Zero, including Sub-Zero against Bi Han in the beginning of the film, is actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, it is pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people point out one of the main criticisms of the new Mortal Kombat film is the new character of Cole Young. Cole is an original character for this film. So technically, Cole Young's a character made for this film. Now the actor himself is pretty good. The actor playing Cole Young is good. I mean, he does a pretty good job of what he's given, even if the writing comes off as a little cheesy or of some sorts. But the problem is Cole Young is not an actual Mortal Kombat character in the game. So they made a new character for the film, but for the game, not really. Now, for those of you who have seen the original 1995 Mortal Kombat film, you get characters like Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang as one of the few main characters in the 1995 original. Plus, the 1995 original was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. So basically, yeah. And to be fair, I mean, I didn't find Cole as a terrible character. He's not really that terrible. He's not bad. I mean, but he feels more of an unnecessary character to be the chosen one. I mean, going back to the 1995, by the way, I'm probably going to mention the original Mortal Kombat film in this episode today, folks, because Liu Kang was the chosen one in the 1995 original Mortal Kombat film. For one thing that I know, Cole Young is related to Hanzo Hasashi, as the descendant. So basically, the only connection that Cole Young has with the Mortal Kombat characters in this film is the connection to Hanzo Hasashi. Basically, how do I say this? Scorpion. Yes, Scorpion. Hanzo Hasashi is Scorpion in this film. So anyway, going back to the film, Cole tracks Sonya Blade to her hideout while she is interrogating a captive mercenary named Kano, played by Josh Lawson. Now the only issue that I have with Kano is the silver metal mask that was supposed to cover part of his face is not even in this film. That's only the minor part that I have with the Kano, but other than that, I say Kano in this film is actually the best part of this film. And going back to the 1995 original with Trevor Goddard as Kano, he had the silver metal mask throughout the film, but we do get to see the laser eyes, which is cool, from the new Mortal Kombat film. In fact, many people who saw the film described Kano as one of the most memorable characters and gets a lot of good moments in the film, bringing in the charm, humor, fighting style, and overall fun of the character of himself. I mean, yeah. And plus, he's got his Australian accent, too. So, yeah, so that's technically something. And actually, that is true, because this film alone was filmed in Australia. So yeah, it did make sense. So anyway, Sonya Blade reveals that her and Jax are investigating Mortal Kombat's existence, and that the dragon mark can be transferred to anyone who kills the original bearer. Somehow, Sonya's hideout is being attacked by Shang Tsung's assassin, Reptile, who starts off as invisible but comes into his full form when attacking Sonya and Kano. But Kano kills him in a fatality move by ripping out Reptile's heart. Kano wins. Fatality. Okay. Now the fatality quote was not said in this film from Kano, but I'm just saying, because that was a fatality move that Kano made on Reptile. Okay. So anyway, while Reptile's screen time was short, I can't help the fact that Reptile looks a little more like Godzilla's cousin of some sort. I mean, at least Reptile was able to go invisible for a bit. I mean, true, yeah, the design for Reptile is a little different. He does look like Godzilla a bit. Or it could be the fact that Godzilla vs. King Kong came out at that same time, so it could be something. So anyway, Kano, Cole, Sonya traveled to Raiden's temple and met up with the Earthrealm champions Liu Kang, played by Ludi Lin, and Kung Lao, played by Max Hong, before Raiden comes to visit for himself. And Raiden is pretty critical of the newcomers. And as of now, they are joined by Jax, who Raiden rescued and fitted with a set of mechanical arms. So yes, Jax does get mechanical arms, but they do upgrade somewhere in the film, and I'm not gonna tell you when, but I will get to that point pretty soon, or something. And yeah, it pretty much does, yeah. So Shang Tsung attacks the temple alongside Sub-Zero and Melina, played by CC Stringer, but Raiden pulls out a shield to stave them off. And Sonya trains and encourages Jax to fight despite his condition of the mechanical arms. Kind of reminds me a little bit of how Doctor Strange needs to like learn how to learn the ways of learn the magic ways through the Sorcerer Supreme. So kind of similar. Now, while Sonya trains and encourages Jax to fight despite his condition, Cole and Kano train with Kang and Lao to unlock their Arcana. Basically, their special power to unique all the Dragon Mark bearers. Somehow there was an argument going on with Lao and Kano, with Lao, Kano, Liu Kang, and pretty much all the other members during training. Kano awakens his Arcana, basically his laser eyes, while Cole doesn't do his Arcana just yet. Despite his persistence, he was so disappointed with his progress that even Raiden allows Cole to return to his family, revealing that he is a descendant of Hasashi. Yes, he is the descendant. Cole is the descendant of Hasashi. I know that's like one of the main criticisms of the film, that Cole is not an original Mortal Kombat character in the games, but having that connection with one of the characters from Mortal Kombat, like Scorpion, and the descendant of Hasashi, is not bad. I mean, it's not bad actually. And to the and to those who have been saying a lot about Cole Young, yes, descendant to Hasashi for many reasons on why Cole is in this film as a new character. Somehow, Shang Tsung gathers his warriors: Sub-Zero, Melina, Rico being played by Nathan Jones, Nitara, played by Mel Jarnson, Goro, played by Angus Sampson, and Kano's former ally, Cabal, played by Damon Herriman, for another assault on the temple. And if you thought Kano is another memorable character from this film, Cabal gets second best. And I don't know why, but maybe it's probably Cabal's New York accent that gets me laughing every time he speaks. And he looks a little bit like the Predator a little bit, but not really, because he's more like a robo predator of some sorts. Oh my God. Or he does remind me of, like the Dark Troopers from the Mandalorian bit. He kind of reminds me of that too. So it's like a combination of the Dark. So it looks like Cabal looks like a combination of the Predator with the Dark Troopers. Basically, the look and design of Cabal. Even his New York accent through that voice filter is actually pretty funny, despite his short screen time. So basically, learning that Kano is among Raiden's champions, Cabal does convince Kano to remove the shield, take down the shield, allowing the Outworlders to attack, during which Lao battles and kills Nitara while Jax awakens his Arcana. Basically, his full potential of his metal arms, which turns into something similar to what the Winter Soldier had in Captain America Winter Soldier. Those metal arms. The fully fledged metal arms. Concurrently, the Youngs are attacked by Goro, which does beg the question: how did Goro get to Cole Young in the real world? And I'll be honest with you, seeing Goro looks pretty cool, but the CGI does remind me of the Hulk a little bit, which begs the difference. When did Goro become the Incredible Hulk for Warner Brothers? But somehow, Goro and Cole fight, and let me tell you something. Seeing Goro kick butt on Cole was crazy. But somehow Cole awakens his Arcana and kills Goro before returning to the temple to help repel the attack. And yes, I know a lot of people are saying that Goro was misused in this film. Hey, the 1995 original did that too. I mean, they didn't give much for Goro to fight Johnny Cage off, except for Johnny Cage nailing him in the nutsack in the 1995 original. Heck, even the special effects in the 1995 original for Goro was actually pretty good too. So anyway, Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero are infuriated when Raiden discloses Cole's bloodline before teleporting most of the Earthrealm fighters to the Void, a safe space between realms. So then Lao sacrifices himself defending Cole from Sub-Zero. And what happened to Lao? How did he sacrifice himself? Somehow Shang Tsung took his soul. Your soul is mine. Yes, Shang Tsung sucked out Lao's soul. Talk about a soul sucker right there. And let me tell you something, seeing that for the first time, pretty scary. Not to mention the fact that James Wan was known for horror movies as producer and director. And so it's a pretty scary moment. So after mourning and grieving Lao's death, Cole proposes a plan to force Outworld's champions into a single combat with Earthrealm's champions. Is this Immortal Kombat? Well, yeah, technically, but somehow Sub-Zero somehow before they are doing this championship match before neutralizing Sub-Zero together, forcing the tournament Shang Tsung tried to prevent. Raiden agrees, giving Cole Hanzo's kunai before transporting him and his allies to their targets. King and Jax kill Cabal. Fatality for Cabal. And yes, Liu Kang did use his fire powers to defeat Cabal. And Rico, while Sonya kills Kano with a garden gnoll by stabbing Kano in the laser eye. Oof. That's gotta be brutal. That's gotta be brutal. Somehow Sonya acquires Kano's dragon mark and her own arcana, while she uses to help Cole kill Melina. Yep, Sonya Blade kills Melina as well. However, Sub-Zero appears, having abducted Cole's family to lure him into a one-on-one fight. Now the location that Cole and Sub-Zero are fighting in, it's pretty chilling and cold, man. And it's the MMA arena that Cole hangs out, because Cole was an MMA fighter throughout the beginning of the film. So somehow Sub-Zero decided to redecorate the MMA arena with an icy palace, or should I say, an ice arena or some sort. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy because somehow Sub-Zero does have a cold heart for something. Ooh, yeah, you heard that right. Cold heart. Sub-Zero has a cold heart. So anyway, Sub-Zero and Cole do fight, and I will admit, seeing Cole and Sub-Zero fight is actually pretty cool. And somehow initially overpowered, Cole's blood ends up on the kunai, releasing Hanzo from the Nether Realm as the vengeful Spectre Scorpion. Yep, that is right, folks. Scorpion appears in this film. Let me tell you something. Scorpion's costume design is spot on. They nailed the look of it from the video games. So, get over here! And he does say that. Scorpion does say, get over here, towards Sub-Zero in this fight. Get over here! Recognizing Cole as his descendant, Scorpion helps him overpower Sub-Zero and free Cole's family before immolating Sub-Zero with hellfire. Oh, Sub-Zero gets burned alive, man. Sub-Zero gets burned to a crisp, melting the icy powers of Sub-Zero. So that means Scorpion wins. Fatality. Thanking Cole for freeing him and requesting that he look after the Hasashi bloodline, Scorpion departs as Raiden and the other champions arrive. Shang Tsung also arrives, vowing revenge as he sends his champion's corpse back to the Outworld before Raiden banishes him. Raiden then declares that he is creating a new list of warriors in preparation for the next tournament and assigns his current champions to recruit them. And somehow with this new information, Cole leaves for Los Angeles, California, and he's going to Hollywood, by the way, so Hollywood's in Los Angeles. And you want to know who Cole is looking for? Want to take a guess? No? Okay, I'll tell you. It's Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage was absent throughout the film, and now Cole is going to look for Johnny Cage, setting up a possible sequel. And there you have it, folks. That was the Mortal Kombat movie reboot. What did you guys think? Have you guys seen the film? Did you like the film? Was this film a flawless victory? Or should I say, flawless victory? Well, for some people, yes, because it did nail the look, style, and faithfulness to the video games, particularly the blood and gore. But for the most part, the film, yeah, it does seem faithful to the games due to the gore, violence, and fatalities and style, mainly made for what fans really want for a Mortal Kombat film. The characters in this movie are good, it's just we don't really get enough time to interact with them. I mean, it's real, and I will say this, it's a real good martial arts film with amazing fight choreography. I mean, the cinematography is excellent. The score itself, the music score itself is good, including the original Mortal Kombat theme that was played at the end credits, so that's still pretty good. I mean, Benjamin Wallfish was the one who did the score for Mortal Kombat, and he did a pretty good job with this one. And as I mentioned, they still got the Mortal Kombat theme, which was Techno Syndrome by the Immortals, which Benjamin Wallfish produced as well. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you also got the dark tone, and you also got the dark tone as well, and there were probably a few moments where it did lighten up a bit. I mean, in all honesty, I know a lot of people look back to the 1995 original Mortal Kombat film as a better adaptation despite the PG-13 rating, but to me, I say the reboot still delivers on what we expect for an R-rated Mortal Kombat film. That is far from a flawless victory. Here's to getting a sequel with Johnny Cage in the future. And there you have it. This is episode 61, folks. This episode will wrap up Codo Cinema for the semester, folks. That's right, folks. This will be the last episode for now, but do not worry, folks. Codo Cinema will return in the fall of this year. Thank you for tuning in to Codo Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo, aka Codo Man. Remember to watch movies, stay positive, have a great summer, and congratulations to our seniors who are graduating this semester. And have a great summer, everybody.